Hey folks, it's Maxie here. Welcome to a new TEW2020 video. You join us today for another shorter show. It's the 2-hour extravaganza that is the AEW Dynamite anniversary show for 2026. So I've just booked my latest episode of Dynamite, but I do make it a special show at the same time for an anniversary one. So it's basically back to back. So I kind of struggle on the Dynamite because I need to keep everyone rested for the show here. You can see for once I've actually pre-booked everything in the left hand side. It was basically so I could obviously book the stuff at Grand Slam to take it forward to tonight's show. So expect to see Brody King versus Tyler Black for the Evolve Championship. Your main event will be Mayu Iwatani versus Demi Bennett for the AEW Women's Championship. We've got Miro taking on Chris Bay. The All-Atlantic Championships on the line as Carmelo Casanova defends against Rey Fenix. The feud continues on between Ricky Starks and Matty Wahlberg. And a matter of a fatal four-way tag team match that sees Stina Rico versus Cody Rhodes and Walter versus Adam Cole and Jay White versus the Young Bucks. We're at AT&T Stadium, so imagine a Dynamite double show there, which would be quite wild. And you can see here over the years, the anniversary show introduced it in 2022, where we started with Danielson Omega. And in 2023, we went with the main event of Darby Allin beating Kenny Omega. 2024 was CM Punk versus John Cena, where Omega made the save, so very Kenny Omega influenced, who obviously is out for probably another 10 months with that concussion. And you can see there he wasn't in the main event as he was with Hangman battling the Kings of the Black Throne, but instead we had a main event of Jon Moxley defending the AEW World title against Prince Devitt. And that is crazy to think that was only a year ago, but at the same time Walter came in and put Moxley through a table, and that's pretty much started his big long run of matches. He's had this main event run for Walter, obviously only split by that 1 month that Jungle Boy Jack Perry was champion. So short show, let's jump in it. This is the Dynamite anniversary show for 2026. And we dive right in with a massive match in front of just over 80,000 at AT&T Stadium. No doubt with a lot of people missing, because obviously we couldn't get every big name on a 2-hour card, that's why the attendance has been hit. But it was the 4-way tag match, and it was a superb wrestling match, great heat, and the team of Cody Rhodes and Walter defeated Stina Rico, Adam Cole and Jay White, and the Young Bucks in 29:05 when Cody pinned Matt Jackson with a Crossroads. A combination of good performances here, the weakest being Adam Cole with an 80. 88 though was the final result. Let's kind of hope I could maybe push the 90s. Not quite up there with the likes of the FTR, the Briscoes and the Faction and Gobernable that we had at the previous event. But stellar stuff here, and it just gives another layer to the story that Cody Rhodes is trying to finish. 88. We then had some words backstage from Matty Wahlberg, and he says it was a good run he had on Evolve. On Carnage with the Evolve champion at the time, Logan Paul. He's now on his own, he's now ready to show that he is the true talker in AEW, and he's going to shut up absolute Ricky Starks. So that was a 74 rated segment. The match up for the IWGP US Championship had good heat, decent wrestling, and it saw Ricky Starks defeat Matty in 11:39 with a Buster Keaton. A 6 defence. I think I opted to make that storytelling, that is correct. It just wasn't maybe the success I thought it would be. I maybe thought low 70s would have been a rating for it, but yeah, pretty average stuff here. And I feel because of the pop cap that Ricky Starks is kind of in purgatory in the mid-card. Next up, it was the All-Atlantic Championship on the line, and it was a bout that had great wrestling and good heat, as Carmelo Casanova defeated Rey Fenix in 14:56 with a Fedora Frog Splash. A 10th defence of the belt for Carmelo Casanova, both guys with great chemistry together, which boosted their performances. However, the lack of psychology declined the rating down to a 79. But another layer for this title reign that Casanova's on, as Rey Fenix is just getting back into the groove since coming back from his career-altering injury. We had a little backstage segment here between Randy Orton and Wardlow, and it's just Randy just basically trying to get into the head of Wardlow, basically saying, you know, what have you done in the last year or so? You should have been up there main event, and you should have been up there with MJF, but look at you, you're a complete monster, and you've done absolutely nothing. What an absolute waste, you're pathetic. So just ripping through him. Wardlow wants to retaliate, but Orton manages to get away before kind of road agents and staff get in the way. So 87, looked good. Just remember this segment, that's all I'll say. Next up with the matchup between Miro and Chris Bay, and it was a good heat. Decent wrestling match. Chris Bay defeats Miro in 8:36 while using the ropes for leverage. Honestly, two guys I don't think they would have clicked, but Miro was happy to put Chris over as a promise, so absolutely was going to capitalise on that. 71 in a wild brawl. So obviously I feel because of the clash in styles, that's maybe why it was so poor, and why Chris only got a 57 in ring performance. But for week after week after week, Chris Bay has just basically started getting more arrogant and arrogant. He's celebrating the ring with, of course, Prince Devitt, the leader of Bullet Club AEW. He's absolutely delighted, and he turns around and he just beats the living daylight out of Devitt. So, a 79 here. Obviously, this would make Devitt babyface. I'm going to wait till the return, that segment, and then we'll turn Devitt babyface. I don't want too many sudden ones. So I'll put the turn on after this, and then he'll basically have like many segments to build it up where he's going to say, I'm going to get you. But the plan is Devitt versus Bay down the line. 79. Then had the Evolve Championship on the line, and superb matchup saw Brody King pick up the win over Tyler Black, but it was due to a disqualification. We'll just say it was a low blow because Tyler couldn't get the upper hand. But interestingly though, this didn't get a suffer of psychology, which I thought it would. But it gives Brody a good victory over a very over opponent. And yeah, 80's pretty solid. And maybe Tyler won't be on the Carnage brand for too long. So a good start to life there. And yeah, Brody King's reign continues. Then another little segment here between Cody and Walter to get my cheap 100 rating. So what I decided to do here was basically Cody just comes out to the ring and says, right Walter, we're on the same page today, but I want this one-on-one matchup where nobody gets involved. I just want to, I want to finish the story. So he says, one more match. I'm going to give you plenty of time to get ready for it. It's not going to be the next pay-per-view. I want to take you on Full Gear, the November event. I want to finish the story there. I want to beat you and finally become AEW World Champion. Water says, fair enough, you've given me more than a month's notice, then as I say, we'll see what happens if with the Halloween Horror Show. I'm basically hoping to put them in some sort of tag match then together, but if you think you can finish the story, good luck to you, because I'm going to absolutely maul you again. This championship reign will never end. So tentatively book in Cody Rhodes versus Walter for Full Gear in November. So still one more show between now and then, but that's the plan, those two to do the battle there. And we then finish the show with an exceptional World Championship matchup that draws a 95, one of the best women's matches of pretty much all time in game. And I opted for Demi Bennett to defeat Mayu Iwatani and finally win the big one to finish the story in 25:01 by pinfall with a Riptide. During this matchup we had Rina Yamashita run in, and she made the turn on Iwatani, which means Demi Bennett is the new Women's World Champion. So a few thoughts about this one. I was like, I had to put the belt on her eventually. The matches together, the Iwatani run was great, but you get to the stage where she keeps beating people, there's not going to be many people left, and the reign can get a little bit stale. In comparison to Demi Bennett, it's like, how long can you hold it off before you need to pull the trigger? So obviously Mayu is going to carry this one in terms of the psychology, but a great matchup here. And I think she might be pop capped now, Demi, but it is one of those things where I think it's her chance to really shine. What a great athlete she is and great talent she is. So 95, fantastic work. And of course the heel turn will lead to Rina Yamashita and Mayu Iwatani down the line. Of course, Yamashita had been on not even Carnage, she was in Impact. She failed a drug test, she's back after rehab, and have decided to go all in with her on the main roster. Then if a beatdown, Yamashita continues this beatdown on Iwatani, so we can properly get that feud underway with the 81, and we can't take the shine off our champion as she celebrates to end the show as your new AEW Women's World Champion. Only 79, sadly. The show itself, delivers a 100 rating. As I say, we have the 100 segment between Cody and Walter, we have the 95 rated main event, and of course we have every boost under the sun. So the 100 shows are going to keep flying in if we get the right main event. It's all about trying to get these 100 matches to get that achievement. But I absolutely delighted with that one. As I say, a short show was, I say, 8% matches, so you were going to see, I think it was that 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 matches. Yep, that was the plan. The rest angles, and that gives us now roughly 3 and a bit weeks to book towards the Halloween Horror Show. So just to update you, Halloween Horror Show is next week's episode. After that, it'll be Full Gear, that Cody versus Walter match. And of course, we need to start working towards the tournaments for the Trios tournament and the Brody Lee Memorial Tag Team Cup. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Still plenty of layers for these stories to go. And remember to check out the Fantasy Bookers subreddit and the Grey Dog Software forums for more verbal and written content from other bookers. But until then, take it easy, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.